Alright, YouTubers, we got the Proline Pro MT 4x4. I'll give you a couple tips that I did. I put the trencher tires on there, the 2.8s, and strapped them and vented them. I still have the stock ones. This way I'll have them for either the Trugified Typhon or something else. But I put the Castle Sidewinder with the 2200 kV. I kept the stock pinion and the spur. I put a Savox 1210 waterproof servo with the black aluminum servo horn. And what I did was the servo, when it comes out, this little plug that comes out sits up a little bit high, and then it's supposed to sit down into that channel and come over here, and they want you to put your receiver right near that pinion, which I don't know why they would even think that you could do that, but and it's so close to riding on this Center Diff that what I did was I turned the servo around and put the wire under there like so. So then this way the servo is pushing this wire down to the ground into that channel. And then since I had to take the Center Diff out, I put 100K in there. I put liquid electric tape in that channel to hold that wire down. So that wire is like glued down into this channel. So when you're bashing around, it doesn't flop around and get up and get caught up, because that's the only bad design I see on this. So in return, the servo still works. You just center it and put it this way, and then it still works like normal. So that's what I came up with, because this sitting this way and then the channel, it is like really close. I mean, it will work, but it was just so close, I figured, let me try to do it like that. So I put the Arma receiver box up here, and it ain't going nowhere because the screw right here for the servo saver on the opposite side, that screw, you take that out and you screw down your receiver box, and then the other hole that's not being used, I just filled that with same thing, black electric tape, just to waterproof it. So now this way, this is out of the way, and then what I did was to give me extra length, I put the extension. I put a servo wire extension, and right there is the connector. So if I have to get to anything, I just unplug it right here, and then take the receiver off and keep that wire down there, so that'll never have to be moved. Because these Savox servos are badass. This thing should last as long as this truck's around. Let's see what else. On the hub extenders, I don't know if they have a different kind, but the ones I got, this little groove right here on the hub extenders is a little bit wider than the stock one. So when you tighten down these nuts, it's not going to tighten down all the way to where the serrated is going to take a bite. So I just put a shim right over it like that, and that just gave me, it built up just enough clearance on that to make it work. I only needed one shim. Now on the back, I don't know if that was just missing or whatever, but it had a lot of slop going back and forth this way. So the Arma, the little Arma rubber things that you put in the arms, I just put one on each side. It's down in here. I just put one on each side so it's not rubbing on that aluminum pin brace. So I did that. All the fluids are still stock in the shocks. And what else did I have to do? I just tightened everything down. Oiled up whatever bearings that were in here. I did 70K in the front, 100K in the middle, and the back is still stock. I didn't even go into that diff. I wanted to keep that loose, so any of the power will bleed from the back, from the front to the back. All these little, this kit is really, I think it's pretty nice. I don't know how people are having durability issues. It looks badass. They use all 2.5 hardware mostly everywhere instead of the 2mm. And you know, everything's got lock nuts on it, and I think people are just putting big systems and just beating these. It's only a 10th scale, so you're only going to do so much. I'm making this was going to be Anthony's basher, so I could get my Trugified Typhon back off of them. So I figured this right off the bat came with this broke. I had to glue it. When it was shipped, it was banged around. The zip ties were broke. There was a hole in the box, and this was broke. So I see that these break right off the bat. It's a weak spot, but it is what it is. It's all good. So other than that, we got a 4S Turnigy in there, and that's it. Like I said, I just drilled 2 holes and zip tied this around. And the body comes right to there just to cover it, so you won't see any of this anyhow. And it's out of the way, and it keeps everything tucked away from that gear, so no matter what you're doing, them wires ain't gonna go near the spur and pinion. I couldn't find a metal spur nowhere, but they sell these in a set of 3, and it's really easy to get. To get to the center diff, all you do is take these 4 screws off and it pops right out. Truthfully, it is a pain in the ass to get this back in with that little dog bone. The dog bone's like this big, and you gotta shove that in and then shove this in at the same time. So it is a little tricky. Since I had everything apart anyhow, I just took this top plate off. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. I took the top plate off and made it easier for me to get in. So that's it. This one here, all I have to do is paint it up. This is an easy 1, 2, 3 kind of build, so it's not a big deal. I want to give a shout out to Matt at RC Anonymous. He helped me out for that program for the X-Run ESC. I went on one of his videos and he had a video on how to program it, so I'm going to give a shout out to him. Thanks. Yeah, go check out his channel. He's got good content. He just did a nice build of a G-mode rock crawler, and yeah, he's a good guy. Here's one of them things. One of these. I had these laying around, so these little spacers, I just wedged it in between the arm over here because the arm had a lot of slop and it was rubbing right up against that thing, so this will take the slop away and give it some buffer so it doesn't wear out. I think that's basically it. It's pretty badass. You can't beat it. Like I said, if you go to Tower Hobby and you have a membership, the membership's only $5 a year, so it's stupid not to get it. It's cheaper shipping. The coupon codes, a coupon code for this on any customer is $40, but if you're a membership, the coupon code is $60. So the first time you buy something, you're gonna pay for your membership. So if you buy the membership and you get a $60 coupon code, so it ends up being $339, and it gives you the tires, it gives you a body. So if you minus $80 for tires and $60 for a body, there's $130 right there for a roller, and it looks pretty durable. I mean, I think it's gonna hold up. I'm not gonna bring it out there in the freezing cold. I think I'm gonna spray everything down with the my lubricant. Because, you know, spraying all these plastics down, it soaks in, and it makes them not brittle. So, you know, it shines them up, but plus gives them like oils. It like oils it so you don't get brittle plastic. Right off the bat, it's pretty good, but as plastics sit and you wash them and stuff, you dry them out. So spray them down with some WD-40, or I use this stuff from the dollar store, and it doesn't actually, it's better than WD because it doesn't stink. And because my stuff's got to be in here now because of the winter. My garage is, I didn't want stuff out there in my garage. I don't have the heat on now, so I'll shove everything